Good morning. It's Jo, the other half of the Crypto Sisters, bringing you something a little bit different. I really wanted to put this out because I had an interesting conversation with someone yesterday, accusing me of leading people astray, etc. You know, the usual. And I appreciate his comments, and I shouldn't have really answered, but I did. I got into a bit of a back and forwards with him. But he said that I didn't do any research, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how he knows this, and he wanted me to prove to everybody that I did actually do research on these platforms. Now, before I start, I want to make it quite clear, so please listen out, because he felt he was looking after all our viewers or our listeners on our channel and protecting them. And I understand where he's coming from, because, you know, people have lost money. We have lost money. And he was basically saying, because I lost, Jan didn't go in it, but I went into Lupex, because we trade in all different areas. We have the original ICOs, we have altcoins, we do a bit of day trading, we have Bitcoin that we hold, we do the lending platforms, and now hosted staking. Now the reason we do these is because we like a gamble. And if you're new to this space, you have to understand they are so risky, it's unreal. Like, they are the highest risk that you can ever go into. And I've always said in our videos, we are not your financial advisors. We cannot tell you what to invest in. And if you are not willing to lose your money, do not enter into lending platforms or high risk things like the hosted staking. Excuse me. Because these are some of the most risky things to do. But we personally have done our channel because we want to show people our journey and have a bit of fun in crypto, because crypto, whilst we've been in it a while, we've only been on YouTube since December, and it's very serious. And we thought, you know, a couple of English girls having a bit of a laugh and a joke, winning some, losing some, because we're not perfect. And I'm sorry, but you can do as much. You can do lots and lots of research and still lose. And I wanted. He said that I didn't actually do any research. Well, I do, but I also go with gut feeling. Now, there's certain investments that I do that Jan absolutely does not feel, and she won't go in. And we were both in Connect, and yes, as he pointed out, we lost. However, technically we didn't, because we pulled out quite a bit of money from Connect before they went down. We certainly didn't lose any of our own money because we were playing with house money. We also were in Devore, like many other people, and again we pulled out our money way before they went down, and so it was really house money, although it didn't last very long, but it was house money that we had. So it's really hard to explain if you're new into this area, but we do this because it's a type of gambling. When we buy into an ICO and we get those coins or those tokens very, very cheaply, whatever we spend, we look at it like we are going to lose it completely. We don't expect the platforms to work. There are some that we prefer and there's some that we really like, but that's a personal choice. We have done our research and we've taken what we want to take, and I want to show you today how we do our research. Now, you can look at different websites, you can look at all the YouTube channels, you can do as much research as you want, but at any point these platforms could exit scam. And a lot of them do. And we got it wrong with Lupex. Well, I got it wrong with Lupex. Jan didn't like it. I did. So I chose to gamble. And it backfired. I lost. And I'm the first one to put my hands up. You know, nobody's perfect. And I'm sorry, but in crypto, you cannot tell. Even the traditional ICOs that show their whole team, that actually tell you exactly what's going on, unlike the lending platform types, they too, because they're business startups, and what you're doing is actually buying in, you're almost buying shares into their business startups, and they have also exit scammed on us. Even the best companies have not made it past after the ICO. So it doesn't matter what you invest in, and even altcoins, you can think it's an amazing altcoin, it's going to the moon, it's going to do amazing, everybody else is all after it, and it crashes and it goes to zero. That happens as well. So it doesn't matter in crypto what you invest in. You win some, you lose some. And when you invest, you have to be prepared to lose that money. Now, when they do win, and some of us have, then, it's fantastic. And you normally make more than what you've lost in the past anyway. I've got a few traditional ICOs going at the moment. I've also got my altcoins that are doing well. We've got a bit of Bitcoin, which is doing well. But I really enjoy the lending platforms. It's not for everybody, and people call them scams and Ponzi schemes and everything else. If they don't like them, don't go in them. If you are new, you need to do your own research. Do not take what I say as this is what you should do. This is our journey, our own journey. But what I wanted to show you today was just a few tools that you could use to add to your research. Now, excuse me. So I wanted to show you, I heard someone saying about BitAI, we're using Amy to do like the social research. So meaning it will look at all the social platforms and see what's being said and whether it's good news, bad news, etc. And there's lots of tools. We use a particular one for this. Again, it's still no guarantee, but there's lots here. So they're monitoring tools on social media. And you've got Hootsuite, TweetReach, Clout. There's absolutely loads, and a lot of them are free, so that's really good. The one we use, find it, is Social Mention, absolutely free. And I've put this in just to show you. So I've put in BitConnect. So you type in which site you want to see. And what it does, over here you've got 45% strength. So strength is the likelihood that your brand is being discussed in social media. So it's quite high. A very simple calculation is used. Phrase mentions within the last 24 hours divided by total possible mentions. So that, in the scheme of things, is quite high, considering BitConnect is no longer. Okay, so sentiment is the ratio of mentions that are generally positive to those that are generally negative. So again, it's quite high. Passion. Passion is measured of the likelihood that individuals talking about your brand will do so repeatedly. For example, if you have a small group of very passionate advocates who talk about your products or brand all the time, you will have a higher passion score. Conversely, if every mention is written by a different author, you will have a lower one. 13% on average is pretty good. Now, we're talking about BitConnect. BitConnect's gone down. So you can't really you've got to take these sites with a pinch of salt. And the guy was arguing that, did you not do your research? Did you not look at the star ratings and stuff, which I'll come on to in a minute? And yes, we did. And sometimes you've got to take your own gut feeling about things, because looking at BitConnect, considering they've already gone, this is actually quite high. So it says the reach. Reach is a measure of the range of influence. It is the number of unique authors referencing your brand divided by the total number of mentions. So it gives you all the mentions down here. Now this is the bit I look at, and it says a positive, 18 is positive, neutral is 109. Now what you'll find is whatever you put in, most of it will be neutral. Now this is pretty good. We're talking BitConnect, but it's still pretty good. And there's only 3 negative. Now, knowing what's happened with BitConnect, you would expect this to be a lot higher. So if I didn't know any better, I'd think, ooh, there's a lot of people talking about it. It's quite high here. There's lots of mentions, there's lots of retweets, there's lots of stuff. I would have a look and see what people are saying. And then I would make my own mind up and think, well, okay, they seem a medium risk, low risk, so we'll have a look. Now, obviously, we're talking BitConnect, which is gone. So that's a bit deceiving, but this is the one we use, and we always just check just to be sure. But again, please note that any platform, lending or hosted staking, can exit scam at any moment. Okay, so that's what we use for the social mention. And then our favourite review site, but I want to point something out here, because you could look on these review sites and they could be 100% real and perfect. But nobody knows. And I'm sorry, but if you're the owner of this site, how do we know you're not getting paid by these ICOs to bump up their products? Because I don't know these people, you don't know these people, and I could set up an ICO review site and accept money from any of the ICO companies to upgrade their ICOs. So again, we take it with a pinch of salt. This is the one we use most of the time. As you can see, Hedge Connect is up 5, so that's really good. So the hype is very high, the scam is very low, and is it going to moon very high? So that's got a good rating. Home block coin, again, very, very good, very high. So you would go, okay, it's on the exchanges here, look. The interest, the daily average interest is really high. So these two look really cool, okay. One's on Coin Exchange. In fact, Home Blockchain looks brilliant. I'm not even in Home Blockchain. So those of you that are, well done. Okay, and then you go down and it gives you all the different platforms that are there. Hedge Connect, look, 4.5, it's doing okay. It's got a very high chance it'll be successful. It's very low scam risk and very high is it going to go moon? Yeah. So there you go, and the ICO is ended. So there you go. So, and they're all down here, and this is what we look at, and we just, you know, there's some lower ones. Now we take this with a pinch of salt, but it is good to look at. Another one you could do that we often look at, but this is more for the traditional ones, is crypto rated. This is quite good as well. And there's Finecoin there. Look, they're only 1%, which is really low. So from this, I would never have invested, but I have invested because I've looked at it and I think it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I like it. They seem to be doing everything okay. It's going okay. We haven't got a lot in it, but we do have Finecoin. So we'll see how that goes. But again, that was our choice based on the research we did. So another one is ICO review, which is Crush Crypto. And we look at this one as well. Again, more so for the traditional ICOs, but it's worth going on. It's quite a good one. And then another one we look at when we're doing our investments is ICO Bench. Now here's Finecoin again. I've just pulled this up for you. And on this one, remember it had 1 star on the other one. It's 2.3 on here, so it's a bit higher. Again, it's not particularly high, but it's still higher. So depending on, I think my point is, depending on which page you look on, all the ratings are different. And what we do is put the social media thing together, we put the ICO ratings together, then we look at all the YouTube videos, then we decide, well, do we like the look of the ICO? Do we like the website? Do we like the white paper? Is there anything that niggles us about it? And trust me, we've got red flags on every single platform, every single ICO, every single altcoin. I mean, there's not one without red flags. There's certain things of BitAI that I absolutely adore, and there are red flags on it. But if you think I'm going to sit there and slate a company I have shares in, which are the tokens, you've got nothing coming. And I will not slate a company that I'm actually in, because that would just be suicide. That's ridiculous. If I've chosen to buy shares in that company or tokens, I am not going to slate them. I'm not going to spread FUD, and I'm not going to diss their site. If they exit scam, I will be the first to say, oh, we lost out on that one. It didn't work. It was a bad choice. Obviously, it's just one of those things. I don't want anybody who listens to our reviews, who listens to our channel, to actually jump into any ICO or any investment based on what we're saying. This is our own journey. This is our own decision, and we thought that you guys would enjoy our channel. And we really hope you do. And I know it's only one comment, but it riled me up a little bit yesterday. And I just thought, you know, we don't expect anybody to follow us into any of these platforms. They are super risky. We need you to do your own research. So if you're watching this, please do your own research. I've given you some tools here which you can use to add to your toolbox. You need to watch all the different videos, and you need to follow lots of different YouTubers that maybe do like the sites and don't like, and make your mind up from then, because that's the only way you get a sort of rounded view of the particular site that you're interested in. Nobody's perfect. We can't win them all. The only people that know whether they're going to exit scam are the companies themselves. They could have the best rating ever, and they could be so solid, or so it seems, and you enter into that contract and you buy into the ICO and they exit scam. It's happened before. Lots and lots of people missed out. Some people are like geniuses and say, well, I knew it was going to exit. Well, good for them, because there's no guarantee for any of these platforms. Now, as I said, we do traditional ICOs, and we've had some of those exit that were, spotted to be some of the best. So you just never know. And altcoins as well, so traders win, traders lose. If this game is too risky for you, just don't do it. Go and do something else, because it's super, super risky. And when you do it, you've got to look at it like a casino, like you're gambling, and any money you put in, you could possibly lose. So I hope this has helped. Sorry for my little rant, but I just wanted to clear that up, that we do our research, but we don't expect anybody to follow us into any of these ICOs. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys.